I'm Jeremy Bradison. I'm from El Cerrito, California, and I've been knitting for a little over 2 years. I got into knitting because of Joss Whedon's Firefly. There was an episode on the DVDs that was never aired called The Message, and within the first 5 minutes of the show, one of the characters gets a hat from his mother, and that hat looks like this. The show had such a profound effect on me that I had to have one of those hats, and there was nowhere to buy the hat, so I had to make it. Everybody starts off with a scarf. I didn't. I started off with a blanket because it was flat knitting. Learning how to knit this hat had its own special challenges. I had to learn to knit on double pointed needles. I had to learn how to knit I-cord. I had to learn how to pick up stitches. I had to learn how to make a pom-pom. And those are not generally things that you find on a scarf. I've made, 5 of these now? And everybody who gets one absolutely loves it. Because most of them are, again, Firefly fans. I like to work with mostly natural fibers because they feel better. If I have to work with acrylic, I will, but it just feels icky. Knitting calms me down. It helps get rid of stress. It helps ground me. Because it's a repetitious motion, the same thing over and over and over, it puts you into a meditative state, which naturally lowers your stress level. Down to even the sounds of the needles clicking on each other. You can't be angry and knit at the same time. It doesn't work. You'll break your yarn, you'll break your needles. It's just not possible to be angry and knit, or sad and knit. If you're depressed and you pick up your yarn and start knitting, thinking about what's going into the project, who the project is going to at the end, what their reaction is going to be. I knit to make people happy. This is my baby. I designed this scarf for the inaugural issue of Men Knit magazine. It's a technique called shadow knitting that I learned from Debbie Stoller's Stitch and Bitch. It looks like, when you look at it straight on, it looks like stripes, but if you look at it at an angle, there's a Greek key in there. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that because it's flattened out considerably, and that makes me sad. The original was designed in blue and white for the Greek flag. I went to my friend Nick, who is going to get a whole lot of use out of it now that he lives in Canada. I look forward to this opportunity because I think it is important that more people see that not just knitting in general, but, knitting in general is a good thing to do. It's fun. It's the new yoga.
Looking up into it. You can do the hair toss.
No. You will edit the Charlie's Angels hair flip out. And I still use my Britneys on smaller projects. All of my double points are Britneys. I screwed something up. I should not knit and talk at the same time. Had to have one of those hats, and there was nowhere to buy the hat, so I had to make it. And in order to do that, I had to learn how to knit. And I had friends who knew how to knit, so they showed me how to knit. And could I use the word knit in a sentence a little bit more? Just a tiny little bit. We all know why I'm here.